and welcome to Founder Friday, where we sit down with founders who are currently taking part in our Fintech and Insurtech Accelerator program. My name is Ashley Everett, and I am the program director at RevTech Labs. And joining me today is Jody Swain from Hire and Fire Your Kids. Hi, Jody. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Ashley. Pleasure to be here.
Of course. So just to get us started, can you tell everyone a little bit about Hire and Fire Your Kids and what it is that you're currently working on?
Sure. So Hire and Fire Your Kids is the world's first gamified parenting app. And we really built it to help empower kids and help parents raise great financially savvy kids who will have the skills they'll need to take on the world. And so essentially parents get to hire their kids for jobs around the house, and they can fire them if they're caught one too many times not following a family value or expectation. And we use recognition, reward, and consequence to change behaviors through play. And we do this digitally through gameplay. And so the things we're working on now is we've just actually launched our Kids Cash program here in the US. And so kids can now redeem their payday earnings right in the app towards gift cards of their choice. So we have some partners such as Xbox, Nintendo, Sony PlayStation, Gap, Barnes & Noble. We have a whole whack of them. And, we're still looking for families too. We are a new company to join us, play with us, because we want to continue to enhance the app as we grow. And I think as a community of parents and kids working together, around the globe, we have a real chance to help empower more kids with the life skills they'll need to be able to be, successful individuals when they get out on their own.
Yes, I love that. I can't tell you how many fantasies I have about firing my children.
That's how it started. That's how the whole thing began, right?
Yes.
We wish we loved them all the time, but not all the time. Sometimes.
Not all the time, no.
Yeah.
So question on kind of the cash out aspect. So I know that my 10-year-old, if she was given the opportunity to cash in her paycheck or her allowance, she would pour all of it into something like Roblox. Is there a way for parents to also kind of help them learn how to spend properly, how to save properly, or is it just get the money and go off running to kind of your own risk and reward?
No. So there's the two functions. So the gift card's the one piece, the other is the cash out, but the kids have a really clear picture, as do the parents, as to, how much they've been paid in the app, right? How much they've spent in the app and how much they have left to save, like in savings in the app. So that savings, right? They can actually use that towards the gift cards, or the parents can cash it out. And so that's a manual process, and the parents can either, take that money and move some of it into a savings account, donate some to charity. There's been so many parents that have been at the local toy store and the kid wants something and the parents end up buying it. They pull out the app and they just actually minus that $14 right off of the kids, available to save. So there's different options. And I think the unique thing with Hire and Fire is it is totally customizable. And so every family is different and they can manipulate it to the best of their household that suits them the best.
Yes, I love that. So I know, based on my own experience as well, that there are a lot of apps out there that are trying to teach kids both responsibility and money management. So can you talk a little bit about some of your competitors in that space and what makes Hire and Fire different from them?
Sure. So there's no lack of competition for sure, but most of them sit in the chore space or the allowance space. And, financial literacy is so important, and it's actually nice to see companies doing it well, such as the Green Lights, the Go Henry, the Rooster Money. Busy Kid is out there, and they're moving more into the invest space. And then you have companies that are in the co-parenting or, scheduling for, the calendar because of all the things and activities they're in, like, Cozy, Homey, S'mores Up. But none of these companies really have a focus to help parents be better parents and help them raise these, great financially savvy kids that'll have the skills that they need to take on the world. So I think that's what kind of makes us different is, kids prefer to communicate with their device. And here's a system that's done in a gaming format that allows them to really drive home their family expectations on a daily basis using this recognition check, right? Recognizing your kids every single day, and we'll remind you to do it. And then on the other hand is holding these kids and parents really accountable to the household expectations.
Yes. I want to build a little bit on what you just kind of, I think, started to touch on. One of my least favorite parts of parenting is being the household nag, right? Dad gets to be the cool, fun one. I am the nagger who's constantly saying, did you clean your room? Did you pick up those dishes? X, Y, and Z, right? So is there a way that Hire and Fire takes the nagging off of my plate? Because it's not fun for me either. And builds that into the app and sets those reminders and pushes and nudges the kids to do the things that they said they were going to do.
You got it. So that's the fired side, and those are the expectations. So again, we have templates in there, but if an expectation, what were you yelling at this morning? Was there something you were yelling at your kids this morning?
I don't think there's a morning that goes by that I'm not yelling at one or both of them.
Yeah, right. Like make your bed, or put your socks on, whatever happens to be. So you would have these clear expectations. We're huge on having these family meetings, and that's the success of Hire and Fire, is encouraging your family meetings where you would go through what works, what doesn't work, very similar to a team environment. But if make your bed was one of them, and I literally did this morning, and my daughter's actually pretty good, but she didn't make her bed. So all I had to do was go in there and take a picture of it, and it gets sent to her as this X. And so she's downstairs having her breakfast. She sees it, and upstairs she goes and makes her bed, and I remove the X. So it really does reduce the friction. And the kids, because kids are playing right now from like 7 to 16, we have kids that are playing, and they just don't want to hear us nagging. So this little superhero X is a bit of a game changer in families, households around.
Yeah. And quite honestly, I'm sick of being the one in the house with the reputation for being the nagger, and Dad gets to be the fun, cool one. So anything
we'll be the nagger. We'll be the nagger for you.
I am totally on board with taking that off of my plate and rebuilding my reputation. So can you tell us a little bit about where this idea came from, and when did you initially kind of launch into it officially?
Yeah, the idea stemmed from, again, home environment. There was a need. We were a blended family. And so my husband, 3 boys, I had a daughter. And then it wasn't until we had a daughter of our own and I was home, and in Canada, you get a year mat leave. And I was actually able to see what was going on because previously I worked a lot, nights and weekends. It wasn't home. And so I was just losing it. And I just felt like I was on my own, and these kids weren't contributing. And I really did want to have them prepared for when they got it on their own, that they could cook their own meals, do their own laundry, and that they were being respectful and kind to each other. And so it kind of stemmed from my work environment. I brought it home. We rolled out as a family our expectations and the jobs, and really got their buy-in as to what they expected in playing this game. And I think that's the big thing is with Hire and Fire, it's the kids are the ones that have the choice. So there's no assigning or telling, it's them applying for these jobs. So it started as a paper version on the fridge, and then just more people sort of heard about it and tried it. And then I thought, you know what, I wonder if this could be a thing. And so we started to roll with it. And so we're now live in the App Store and Google Play. We launched as an MVP. We also have the web app, so parents and kids can use us on any desktop, laptop, tablet, that sort of thing. We've received a number of testimonials and recommendations from psychologists, behavioral therapists. Most recently been added as a resource by Autism Speaks Canada, Boys and Girls Club. And we've been really lucky to have received a number of awards already as a small startup, and a lot of media of attention since our launch.
Wow. And when was your official launch?
So the app went live into the App Store in the end of 2019, so fall of 2019, and it's been changing dramatically ever since. Yeah.
Yes. Wow. That's
lots
really
of learnings. Yeah.
Yeah. So then tell me a little bit about what drew you to a program like RevTech Labs, and what is it that you hope to get out of it?
I think what sealed the deal for me was actually Dan. I'd had a conversation with him, and he was so genuine and so sincere, and he seemed to really be someone who understood my vision, and I could see myself working with him. And his network was just ridiculously impressive. So yeah, because Hire and Fire is a family operated startup, and I just feel we've taken it as far as we can. We've incorporated this year, and we really need support and connections from folks that have scaled businesses before, who have the knowledge and experience. And it's funny, since the get-go, people have said to us, Hire and Fire has so much potential. And I believe that too, but I'm looking for the guidance to sort of help us narrow our focus so we can start to monetize and scale the business.
Yeah. And is this your first kind of entrepreneurial venture? Have you done this kind of thing before?
No, not at all. So my background is in retail management, so leading people. So that's why the app is sort of, it's like my other,
Yeah. So your first venture, I'm sure it's a bit overwhelming for sure. So
a lot of learnings. Yeah, a lot of learnings. And so if I can connect with people that have gone there before and learn from their learnings, that's going to save me a lot of time along the way.
Yes. Well, I really hope that our network and your advisory board can really, really help with that. I do know after Welcome Party, there were so many people who were just so excited to work with Hire and Fire and just work with you guys on your vision. So there's a lot of excitement for what you guys are doing. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Good.
So just to kind of wrap it up, what is it that you're looking to kind of post-program? Where do you hope that Hire and Fire can be in a year's time? Because a year's time now it's set up so quickly and can change. So what is the big hope and dream for this?
A year. You know what? I'm just gonna go big.
Go big.
Hire and Fire Kids is gonna be a household name.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on millions of parents and kids' devices from around the globe, and we will have been successful in adopting the world's first gamified parenting app. It's used daily to really help moms and dads empower their kids to be successful, independent, accountable, kind people. Who know how to take care of themselves when they get out on their own in the real world. So that's my, that's probably a bit of a stretch, but.
Think big. No, that's not big. That's not it at all. I am personally excited to watch it all happen and look back on this video a year from now and you'll be like, that was small. That was too small compared to where we are now.
Oh, that'd be amazing. No, I'm super excited. So far the experience has been amazing with RevTech Labs and can't wait to see where things go.
Well, we are so excited to have you as part of our program. And thank you for joining me today and sharing a little bit more about your story and what it is that you guys are doing.
Most welcome. Thanks, Ashley.
Absolutely. And for everyone else, I will put ways to learn more about Hire and Fire Your Kids in the show notes. So you can connect with Jody or learn a little bit more or where you can download the app. And then until next week, everyone stay safe and stay healthy.